What's up, everybody? A Sparrow with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on Subnautica. When we left off in the last episode, we were on our way back from the alien facility that we had discovered and used our golden tablet on, finally. Did I ever put... I did not ever put that habitat down here. Dagnabbit. So, we have a couple of things to go over. Now, I may have accidentally cleared a couple things, because I went over my blueprints and everything, but I could have swore there was more than just the geological, or the indigenous life form data that we got from that, but I guess maybe we actually went through all of the stuff. Doomsday device. Oh yeah, that was from a different one. Arch... I thought there was a bunch of different, like, data downloads, but did we read them all already? I didn't think we did. Enforcement platform schematic, reproductive. I know we looked at the Kahara contagion, and I think I said I glanced at this, but I was, like, not all that worried about it because it was, like, it was all just, you know, specimens and whatnot. But there was a couple that we missed. Gargantuan Fossil. Oh, that was one that we scanned, I think. Fossil remains of an extinct super predator. Its sheer size would have prohibited it from entering an enclosed space, suggesting the geography. Maybe we... No, I didn't look at this one, because it still had a note on it. There are a series of precise angular indentions on the ribcage, suggesting a third party has taken samples from the specimen at a previous time. My bet's the aliens. Ribcage samples, hence we found this at the alien place. A display case containing an array of rib cages harvested from the indigenous life forms. There is a particular focus in this instance on vertebrate skeletal structures. I'm not sure how you're supposed to say that. While some of these skeletons match organisms encountered on the planet so far, most cannot be matched with confidence, suggesting either that there are specimens out there not yet accounted for, or that they have become extinct since the samples were collected. Remains of a research specimen. The environment constructed to house the specimen suggests it was kept alive, blah 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 blah, evolution. While it shares some skeletal traits with the biter and sand shark, including its distinctive double eye sockets, this fossilized specimen is significantly larger and features unusual forearms rarely seen in aquatic species. This species has likely gone extinct in the past 1,000 years, and its evolutionary relatives have evolved almost beyond recognition. Interesting. Sea dragon skeleton. The semi-intact skeletal structure of a Leviathan-class predator. There's clear evidence of massive physical trauma to the head. The damage is so severe it was likely the cause of death and must have occurred somewhere nearby. Damage is consistent with a high-speed collision with a solid object. My guess would be railgun. Something in the environment has helped to preserve these remains, but calcium decay suggests an approximate time of death 1,000 years ago. Bone growth suggests the creature was in the egg-laying stage of its life cycle. So, for whatever reason, I know it had to do with the cure later from the alpha that I played, but for whatever reason, it seems like our alien friends were somewhat obsessed with egg-laying creatures. We also have a message here that I wanted to check. Whoa. Okay. Well, that clears up a lot, actually. I'm glad we talked about it. So, before I do anything else, what I think I want to do is I want to get a habitat going in here so that we can grow peepers and bladderfish. Make it a little easier for, not necessarily just storing, but also for, like food and water sources. We won't have to hunt as much. It'll just kind of be there, which will be nice. But I need my builder tool, which is right here. So we're gonna grab that. Actually, before I do that, let's throw the scanner in there. And that way I don't have to mess with all my hotbar stuff. I was actually kind of hoping that that message would have given me some kind of next step, because we didn't trigger it till we were down in the, I feel like is the boneyard. I feel like that's the habitat biome that we were in. Anyway, so yeah, I'm kind of not sure exactly what to do now, because we don't really have any leads. There's no signals or anything like that. I'll have to go back through the data and see if I can find some kind of location thing that we can use that I may not have been aware of yet. But I'm gonna build this habitat and then throw some fishes in it. Okay, so I did some ore scavenging and we picked up some more stuff. I've also made a few upgrades and a few changes. One is I moved the power cell charger into our base because I really am starting to wonder if they changed how the power cells recharge, and it really seemed like I wasn't getting any gains from it. It was just kind of like staying at the same percentage. I kind of feel like it was in some way, because I would go somewhere and then after swapping the cells around, it was like it would still be at like 87 or something. So I kind of feel like it might have been working, but it just felt a little odd. So I decided to move it in here. We need a couple more of these creep vine things. I really like these bioreactors, by the way. I know some of you may have like really elaborate crazy bases and all that with different stuff, but for me, these bioreactors seem to work really well, and creepvine is super cheap. So there's that. But as far as the other advances that I've made, yeah, see, these are almost charged. I threw the 2 Oculus that I've been keeping in here as well, and actually I'm a little bit hungry, so let's grab... Oh, actually, I don't want to do that yet. But yeah, this will be a good little tank for us for fish for food and water. Now, the only thing is I don't remember how many fish can be in a habitat at one time, so I'd really like more bladderfish, because the peepers and oculus do really well for food. And eventually, you remember some of my other bases, I had like I had like a couple tanks of all one kind, which is ideal eventually. But I have a couple peepers, but one of them I picked up was doing something weird, and I want to see if it's the actual fish or if it was just where it was at. This one! Look at that! It's got, like, sparkles! What is that about? Can I scan you again? Oh, oh, it is letting me scan it again. Indigenous life form peeper. Wait, have I not scanned a peeper before? But seriously, what is the sparkle trail? It's like a glitter fish or something. I kind of want to keep him separate because, or her, I guess, I don't know. Because I don't know if that's special or not. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to swap one of these out. We're going to release that one, which is still sparkling. So I was wondering if that's where it was. Like, if it was something to do with the area around it. But apparently not. So that's crazy. I have no idea what that means. But I thought, well, maybe it's kind of like the ones that are infected, you know. So I'm curious if maybe I can, like, breed more of these sparkly glitter peepers or something. I don't know. But it's an interesting idea. But you may be wondering, well, what's this other tank for if it's empty then? I'm actually going to use this for eggs, I think. I don't know what they do yet, but I figured, why not? Now, the only thing is, I can use this to plant planters, but I don't know if I have to plant the eggs. So I'm gonna do... Okay, it's actually not letting me put them in there, so I'm guessing you can't plant them. I have no idea what these creatures are, so I'm just going to drop all of them in here. And, you know, just see what happens. Because I have no idea. I'm kind of curious. That was one of every kind that I had. I have duplicates of other ones, but that was one of each. So we're gonna do that. I'm also going to turn the rest of these peepers into food because I'm getting a little hungry. And now I know that those aren't going to be the glitter one. I knew I had one in there that was a glitter fish, but I couldn't figure out which one it was. Alright, I also need to grab some water. Man, I burn through water so fast. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why. It's reality, but I mean in the game, I don't know why it's like the ratios are so far off. But I mean, it's probably not really, considering all the swimming and running that I'm doing. But it's a little insane. But that's why I said eventually, like on my on the alpha playthrough and stuff, I think I had a separate tank for food and one for bladderfish alone, just because there was so many of them. Or, I mean, I was going through them so quick. So the other thing I want to do is the Prawn Suit drill, which I went hunting for diamonds and lithium, and we do have enough to make the drill arm. So we're going to do that, because that seems relatively important. Now the question is... I guess it's going on the right arm. I guess it doesn't really matter which arm it goes on. What other upgrades can we do? Wait, what is this? Oh, okay. So the peeper thing. Develop side face eye, powerful fins, beak, expulsion tubes. That sounds gross. Now, this said advanced theory, so I wonder if I did actually get... Ah! Ha ha ha! A peeper specimen was observed emitting a faint fluorescent enzyme trail and engaging in unusual behavioral patterns. Peeper is actively approaching other creatures, including predators. The specimen is host to a bacterial infection, however the infection is currently dormant. Peeper's stomach cavity contains an unknown enzyme of foreign origin. Chemical analysis bears some superficial similarities to the stomach enzyme of larger predators. Contact with the enzyme appears to inhibit the symptoms of the bacterial infection. Complex structure renders synthesis impossible. Recommended further research into enzyme origin. So it's not a graphical glitch or anything. That's awesome. It actually has something to do with things. That's cool. I wasn't sure. I really wasn't. I didn't know if it was just going to be some kind of goof that they did. Okay, so I'd like to get the depth. What's the jetpack? See, I don't have the stuff for the jetpack upgrade. That was another one in the comments that people were suggesting was a jetpack upgrade for it, but I don't have crystalline sulfur nor nickel. I haven't seen it either, so I'm not really sure. I don't know about the torpedo arm. I mean, we don't have... gas torpedoes are probably the easiest. It's just titanium and gas pods, which aren't hard to come by. But see, where the Seamoth has the perimeter defense, I don't think the Prawn Suit has anything like that. Anyway, we're gonna swap out the Seamoth for the Prawn Suit at this point, because I think our next step is to go a little bit deeper. And to do that... Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Okay, good. Whew. That was actually pretty close. Oh crap, I should have brought those other power cells with me. Alright, 89. Where are you at? 100, 199. I mean, they honestly shouldn't be too drained, because we're just kind of sitting here. Alright, so I don't really know where I'm going, to be honest, because I don't really have any new topics or signals to go after. So I think we're just gonna find a spot and see if we can go a little bit deeper than we have been, like past the boneyard area. And honestly, just see what happens. I have no idea, but I think that's gonna be the plan. Okay, so this may not have been the best of ideas ever. So, I'm not actually crazy deep, to be honest. We're only at 300 meters, but I ended up in, I think this is the Sea Treader's Path, or Traders, or whatever it's called. But you can see we're kind of being stalked, is a good word. Hunted. He's not showing his face, but there he is. Yeah. Yeah. You can tell by my health indicator thing, I've already had a run-in with him. I am not a happy diver right now. So, yeah, I'm trying to creep my way through. But I also realized I don't think I've been in this wreck before. So I was gonna try and get in here. Although, of course, I came without my flashlight. It's in the Cyclops and I just didn't grab it. I don't know if I'll have to cut that door open. Or if there's a bottom entrance, maybe? No. Is there a top entrance? Alright, let's try cutting in. Nope, that's not working. Well, how do I get in here? Wait, can you get in here? Oh, there it is. There's an entrance. Let's try this. Aha! What do we get? A still suit. Okay.
New blueprint acquired.
If they haven't changed anything too much, that should be the one that gives you water back as you're swimming around, which is pretty cool. Can work with that, assuming we make it out of this alive. Okay. Let's go ahead and cut this door open. Yeah, so, I'm kind of a little bit lost, to be honest. I didn't mean to end up in the Sea Treader's Path, or Traders, or whatever it's called, I forget. But when I ended up here, I was kind of like, wait, I thought I was going a different way than I was going, kind of thing. Prawn Suit Grappling Arm. That sounds fun. Let's grab that. Okay, one of two. I'm hoping the other one is in here, but it probably... Oh, yep, there it is. I was going to say, it's going to be my luck that it isn't in here. Okay, so we've got the grappling arm, which sounds fun. If it does what it sounds like it does. I don't remember getting that one before. That's going to be the external entrance. Alright, so let's see if we can get out of here without getting eaten. I hate when I swim out somewhere and then it turns around and starts heading this way. That's always creepy as crap. Alright, so as you can tell, I've got it rigged for silent running and I've got the engine set to low. We're bleeding power though, which is not good at all. I'm assuming that I probably forgot that silent running takes more power. Is that another one? Tell me that's the same one. He's just swimming around. There's two of these things. I did try the shields, which worked well, but again, bleed power. Ooh, what is this? Is this the entrance that I've been looking for and just didn't see before? I don't actually see tunnels in there. I was kind of trying to see if we could get down into the volcanic area. I think the Cyclops can do it if I can fit, and the sea moth, or I mean the prawn suit is set for, I think it has a 1200 meter depth. Ooh, there's another one. Man, I might have to turn silent running off. And just hope that we have enough power to make it back. I mean, okay, let me rephrase. We have enough power. It's if those Leviathans take an interest or not. Which I'm hoping they won't. I don't like them. For those of you that are not familiar with I consider it healthy fear of sharks. Yeah, situations like that. Oh, another beeper thingy. Grab you. For those of you that aren't familiar with that, it's not the Reaper, Leviathan things, all those sea monster things. They don't really do anything to help the anxiety kind of thing. Some of you may, it goes back a minute, but some of you might recall when I tried to do Stranded Deep, and while I was playing that, there was a spot where a shark bumped me out of the raft, and I felt like I was having a panic attack almost. I cannot get in here. I don't see... Oh, wait! Got it! You thought you could fool me? You can't fool me, you just confused me with directions. Grappling arm, we have... gas pod egg and sand shark egg discovered. Oh! Is that what's happening at my base, maybe? Because of the eggs that I threw in there? Maybe that's what that is? I thought when those popped up it meant that I had, like, found one, and I've been looking around for different eggs and stuff. That must be what that is that I threw the eggs in the containment thing. Okay. Well, that's cool. Sealed door. Is that just gonna... It's just gonna be the exit, isn't it? Oh, well. I think what I'm gonna do, though, is this didn't really work very well. I kind of ended up just fighting for my submarine kind of thing, and my life. So I think I'm gonna head back to the base because we need to recharge our power cells fairly significantly. Grappling arm, grappling arm. Anything else? Anything besides grappling arms? They really wanted to make sure you had the grappling arm by now, I guess, in this area. Alright, so that's probably all there is on that then. So, there you are. Man, it's close. Ooh, I do not like this at all. Get in, get in, get in! I was gonna say, if it eats me or something, I'm dead at this point. I don't know, man. He's so close. I don't know if I can get away with this with just the ahead slow thing. We're gonna try it. I wonder if I just surfaced, if that would help. Nope, nope. Did he catch my attention? Or did I catch his attention more accurately? Alright, I'm just gonna go this way. Nope.
Rig for silent running.
We're just gonna have to eat some power real quick. Man, these things are annoying. I hope in the below zero or something we get weapons for them. Because see, for me, and some people will probably say the shields are weapons, which they do help, but look at that power, though. I had it at 100%. It was probably at 95, 98% when I set off the shields, and within seconds it was at 75, 70%, something like that. And then I just left it in silent running mode, and yeah. Bleeds power. Though I do remember, I just remembered, you can actually get the ion power cells later, which would probably be ideal for this type of thing. So I'm gonna bring this... Yeah. I'm gonna bring this back to the base, and we're gonna check out the eggs and see if that's actually the ones at our base or not. Okay, so we're back here at the base. We're charging up our power cells. I managed to basically top off all of my food. I found another peeper, which this one you can't really see because he's just kind of sitting there, but I found another one that had the sparkly trail, so I dropped him in there. They're the only two peepers in there, so I'm kind of curious if I can breed the vaccinated things, or the enzyme ones. The Oculus and the bladderfish seem to be going okay, although I think I would actually like to eventually get them in a separate tank to where I could just have one of each. I don't think I had anything else. Oh yeah, I threw some extra peepers in here just because, and I wasn't sure if they would get eaten or not. Now there's a crash fish in there, which makes me concerned about going in there, but oh well. It's one way to scan these guys, I guess, without getting my face blown off. We've got a gas pod guy. Now, the one thing I'm wondering about these is, since they're smaller, obviously they're not full size, I wonder if I can use them to farm the gas pods for torpedoes. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if that's doable, because they're like mini versions Keeper, get out of the way. This is definitely how you scan these things, though. Oh, and a cuttlefish. So, this was something I was having a discussion with in the comments on one of my previous videos about. That people were talking, or a couple people were talking, telling me to find those. I didn't even know I found them. I already found the egg. Spadefish is, I guess, the only thing I haven't scanned in here yet. I don't actually know how he got in here. Oh, he must have been one of the eggs. Okay. I was gonna say, I was like, how did you get in here? I also picked up, so I looked through these. We have some different suits now. The still suit seems kind of like the norm I'd want to just wear. But the reason I'm probably going to go after the reinforced one is because it says enhanced survival in extreme temperatures. So I'm guessing with the reinforced dive suit, we'd be able to swim around outside the prawn suit and whatever in the volcano region and not burn and die. That's kind of the theory anyway. We have the grappling arm, which I think that should be doable. Benzene, advanced wiring kit's going to be the hardest part. Where's my chemicals at? Benzene. That's just 3 blood oil. We've got a plant going, so that's fine. Data download. Indigenous. Let's see. Carnivores. Crashfish. Forward-mounted eye. Sulfur plant. The sulfur plant has evolved to feed on sulfuric compounds. Defense mechanic. Concentrations of sulfur build up in the organism over time. If the crashfish collides with something at a sufficient speed, the spikes on its torso are impacted. I wonder... Oh, equip stasis rifle, repulsion cannon, or similar. I didn't even think about that. You could just grab them and toss them away or something. That makes sense. Dorsal fin, avoid, be vigilant, ambush in sandy biomes, so there's nothing really we can do against them. Herbivore, gas pod. Assessment, approach with caution, acidic pods may be retrieved and repurposed. So I know we can do that, that's how you get gas pods, but I'm not sure about if I can do it from the little guy that we farmed. Spadefish are edible, they're actually really good if I remember correctly. Cuttlefish. So what makes these guys special? A small gray-colored herbivore. The cuttlefish displays high levels of intelligence, curiosity, and attachment. He looked kind of adorable. Strangely, this species has not been encountered in the wild, and the scanned specimen had to be artificially hatched within an alien containment unit. Interesting. In the absence of wild specimens, little can be known for certain... genetically altered or even imported, so we don't really know about its life cycle behavior. We do know that the cuttlefish is a herbivore which displays highly social behavior in its interspecies interactions, as was observed in earth dolphins before their extinction. Oh, they're extinct. This creature seems to understand the concept of other minds, the prime indicator of true sentience, and attempts to communicate with a series of chirps and chirrups? Not sure what that is. Interaction. Evidence suggests the cuttlefish is capable of understanding and following simple commands in addition to assessing the emotional state of individuals around it and responding in kind. Emotional connection between living creatures is an essential component of psychological health. So, the comments that I was discussing in one of my other videos mentioned it kind of being your buddy. I'm kind of wondering if they actually... I remember them adding the cuttlefish, but I'm kind of wondering if they're, like, your companion or not. Like, if you can use them as a companion. I don't know. It's an interesting concept. But yeah, unfortunately this episode didn't quite go the way that I wanted, but we did get some progress done. We've got a couple more containment things. I barely escaped with my head intact from a Leviathan, which is always fun. Not really. So yeah, we made some progress. We got the the drill arm on the prawn suit, and I could probably make a grapple arm, so I'm going to do that before the next episode, I think. But I'm kind of a little bit bewildered in that I don't really have any more signals to follow, so I'm guessing we're just going to end up heading to the volcanic area next and see if we can kind of force an event. But anyway, with that, we're going to wrap things up here. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace.